Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today we're going to talk about Abandon.
Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew.
I did a little bit of research today and kind of looked a bunch of stuff up on it because of all the rumors and gossip and everything that's going on right now about it. And I mean, it makes sense. A lot of the stuff, it really does make sense. I mean, Kojima's done this a couple of times before with the fake studio type stuff. So yeah, I mean, like I believe that I believe that we're going to see something about Silent Hills here fairly soon. Probably here in the next, probably like a couple weeks or something. But what does this have to do with Phil Spencer's shelf? Is the thing? What does this have to do with Phil Spencer's shelf? So let's break it down. If Kojima is really making this game, Hideo Kojima is taking up the Silent Hills thing, and he's going to remake and he's going to make Silent Hills. And if it's coming out Q4 of this year, that means that he's been working on it while working on Death Stranding at the same time. We all know Phil Spencer's been over there in Japan a lot, or Matt Booty or whatever. We also know that Kojima has made games. Kojima produced games are on Xbox as well. You got Metal Gear Solid and stuff like that. So, I mean, Silent Hill has been on Xbox platforms. So basically, is what I'm saying is I don't necessarily think that this is going to be a PlayStation exclusive if it is true. I mean, a lot of signs point to it having a deal, with PlayStation and having like exclusive rights or something like that. But the wild card in all this is Konami. I mean, that right there might make it so that this game will be available on the Xbox as well. Maybe a timed exclusive, maybe just features that are only on PlayStation, something like that. But I feel like, honestly, there's maybe a 50% chance that this game comes to Xbox as well. Because if not, and Phil Spencer's shelf was giving us a hint, like that that Kojima's working on something for Xbox, that would mean that Kojima would have to be doing two projects simultaneously while in lockdown for the COVID pandemic. Especially if it's launching this year in Q4, I don't know, man. I don't know if that is. I don't know if that's. I don't know how big Kojima's studio is and if that's even possible. But to me, it sounds like this game might actually be. It's either that or Death Stranding's coming to Xbox, guys. I don't know what else to say. If there's no planned version of Silent Hills for Xbox, that the deal is with the lawyers still. I believe it's for the cloud-based game Stadia was interested in, but Google turned it down. Yeah, I mean that could be right. Maybe I am just going a little overboard. Hey, Azu, what's up, buddy? Yeah, Silent Hills is Konami. Okay, so that's the wild card in all this. I still believe, even with Jeff Grubb saying Kojima's still in talks with Xbox, I still kind of believe that this might be possible. I don't know though. I think PT was going to be a PlayStation exclusive in the first place, but I don't know, man. I mean, it's possible that Jeff Grubb, is saying, hey, he's still in talks. Yeah. So Abandon is that little fake demo thing they showed us the other day, with the nonsense that was basically explaining Far Cry 5. so it's basically explaining Far Cry 5 in that little demo of Abandoned. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I'm pretty sure PlayStation could pull this off and get it to be exclusive. But at the same time, with the wild card being Konami and Phil Spencer over there spending a lot of money in Japan for Japanese IP, I could see that possibly coming to Xbox or PlayStation as a timed exclusive with a release planned for Xbox as well. And my thought is this will never happen, LOL, but I hope Konami gives Metal Gear IP to Xbox and let Kojima make the next game or a remake. Yeah, I don't know. It's possible. I mean, if you don't think the Silent Hill is going to be possible, then why would the Metal Gear be possible? Why would Konami give up one and not the other? Especially if Xbox backed a dump truck of money up to their door. Money talks, man. I mean, I mean with Microsoft fully backing Xbox, I don't know if PlayStation could outbid them like that, or maybe Kojima, but Kojima's Xbox friendly. Yeah, exactly. If it does happen, PlayStation guys are going to be really upset. But I mean, we have precedent of Konami and Kojima both developing and putting games on Xbox. Silent Hill has always been a multi-platform game, except for back when it first launched, it was only on PlayStation because that's all that existed. But ever since then, Silent Hills has been on Xbox alongside every PlayStation release, day and date. So I don't see why. I mean, at the same time, Xbox bought Bethesda. They were basically spamming Sony to buy Konami. Yeah, I don't think that, there was a rumor Castlevania exclusive for PS5, probably fake though. Yeah, exactly. See, all this stuff is rumored, and I mean, like I'm not saying that this is even possible, guys. Like I'm not saying that it's possible, but it makes sense, especially if this is a next gen only title. They're gonna want to sell this as much as possible. So if Kojima's involved and Konami's involved and they're wanting to profit off of it, I could see it being made for both consoles. I don't think Phil Spencer would have had that Konami thing or that Kojima thing up there as a tease if they were still just in talks. You get what I'm saying? Like I think there's more to this than what's really come to the public. I think that this possibly could be a shared project or something that could possibly hit Xbox. I mean, this does not mean wishful thinking. I've got a PlayStation 5. I don't freaking care either way. I'm going to be able to play it. Like, it doesn't matter to me. What I am saying is it just feels like there's something going on with Phil Spencer's shelf and Kojima, and the fact that, I'm sure that PlayStation will have all the marketing rights with this. I think maybe a new project. Yeah, but why would... I mean, you could be right. I mean, Kojima did announce Death Stranding like 3 years early, and he got that off the ground pretty freaking quick and got it out there into the public, and it was an actual playable game that didn't have a ton of bugs. You might be right, man. Hello, Game Punisher. Yeah, twice in one day. Yeah, I told you guys I was coming back at 5. You didn't listen to me? I had a date to come back at 5, and this was the most... I mean, we don't have to necessarily talk about this the whole time, but I think it is a pretty good chance. Like, I don't know. I might be wrong. I mean, Frog Boy Gaming, that's why Grubb wasn't sure, because the lawyer thing is what he was told, but Phil wouldn't risk teasing a Kojima exclusive on his shelf. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, man. It doesn't make sense. Why would Phil Spencer tease a Kojima production that's 4 years out, man. You know what I mean? Like 4 years out. I would say a new game from Kojima about 3 to 4 years, guys. And if it's a Metal Gear Solid or a Metal Gear remake, whatever it is, Xbox isn't going to go out of their way with Kojima, I don't think, to secure an exclusive. But I do think they would put up money for something like Silent Hills to be multi-platform. Why PS5 don't make Game Pass? They might eventually, man. It's coming. It's gonna happen eventually. That's what I'm saying, Soulstar. I don't think that Phil Spencer would tease a Kojima production if it wasn't imminent or already worked out. You know what I mean? For me, Metal Gear Solid was a great game, but today's standard, it's definitely not that great on today's standards. Metal Gear Solid 5 was, I liked it. It was fun. It was great. It looked amazing at the time, but then right after that launch, then you got the mid-gen refreshes that made it look poor again. I think it did get an update for the PlayStation 4 Pro. I don't think it ever did for Xbox. That's all I'm saying, guys, is Konami is the wild card in this. If it was a PlayStation IP, I would be like, yep, definitely 100%, exclusive, blah, blah, blah. But Konami is the wild card, and Konami likes money. Metal Gear 5 was butchered by Konami. Yeah. Are we talking about anything confirmed about Abandoned? No. I'm speculating that Phil Spencer's shelf told us that Silent Hills is coming to Xbox as well as PlayStation. I don't think it's going to be a PlayStation exclusive. That's where my money's kind of at right now. I just don't see Phil Spencer. I don't see Phil Spencer advertise or teasing a Kojima production without there being like something solid or ironclad. And if we're looking at a 4-year development window for a game, and with the news of Kojima making this game right now, that puts production of whatever Xbox project starting the end of this year, if that's the thing. I hear rumors of PS5 external storage as a beta test. Yeah, that's what everybody's talking. I signed up for it. I haven't got an email yet telling me if I can do it or not. So I'm pretty sure if they do let me do it, it'll be under NDA, and I'll tell them I already got one bought. I already bought one. Cutscenes of Metal Gear Solid 3 pachinko game looked amazing though. Exactly. Crossplay is confirmed, or am I misunderstanding? Yeah, I think that crossplay was confirmed for Battlefield 5 or Battlefield 2042. Yeah, I think that was confirmed. I think EA did confirm that already, that it would be crossplay between consoles. Yeah, I hope so, man, because then my friends and I don't have to buy, different versions if they decide to get most of my friends that play Battlefield are on Xbox already. PC and Sony, don't know. I don't know. I just kind of feel like this might be, hey, you know what? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It doesn't matter. I got a PlayStation 5. I'm going to play it anyways. But if I'm right, then at least I was the first one that was right? It's always good to be first at something, because the EA Play discount, but my friends are on PS. Yeah, I think they did confirm cross-gen. I think they said that, not cross-gen. Well, I know they said cross-gen, but I think they said cross-play as well. So I'm not sure. We should look up that. We should look into that. Will Battlefield 2042 have crossplay?
According to Distractify, one of the biggest parts of the E3 reveal for the gameplay was that Battlefield 2042 will indeed be a cross-platform gaming experience. meaning Xbox, PlayStation, and PC users can all enjoy the game together.
Did you guys hear that?
The same lobbies and
says that it will be, in fact, cross-play between all consoles and PC. So, yeah, we're going to be able to play the PC guys. Great. I love getting my butt handed to me by PC guys. But yeah, I mean, what do you guys? Yeah, easy kills for me. What do you guys think? You think Phil Spencer shelf is a possibility or no? I mean, I'm excited about that. What Siri source? LOL. I don't have Siri. I got Bixby, bro. And Bixby knows all. She's way smarter than Siri. Please, no PC. Oh, no. Yeah, well, PC guys, I love getting my butt handed to me by them PC fellas. Does anyone actually believe Abandon is related to Kojima? You know, I read a whole Reddit post about it, and it does seem kind of convincing. I mean, if it's true, Blue Box already denied it, and I looked up Blue Box, and they're not even a freaking company, dude. Their company has like no freaking no trail or nothing, just like any of the other ones. Blue Box, yeah, I looked up Blue Box today, and on their webpage it just says something coming soon, and that's it. And it's not even like a full active website. It's literally just a like a placeholder website. If you go to their Twitter, their YouTube page, then it's just a bunch of hills. Yeah, I mean, if Kojima's working on another thing for Xbox, cool. I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely in line with that. But if it's yeah, it's a fake site. It's fake, and Kojima's done this a couple times before, you know, with like Metal Gear Solid 4 and some other game that he did. He's done this a couple of, oh, PT, the original PT, I had a fake site too, man. Doesn't it just kind of get you guys the word abandoned? Like PT was abandoned, but now it's not abandoned. I mean, a lot of it does kind of make sense. It does add up, or it's a really, really, really good hoax that they've developed just for some stupid game that sounds like Far Cry 5, a knockoff Far Cry 5. Exactly. Who are they? Blue Box Company is nobody. Out of the blue. Exactly. Nobody. Nobody's ever even heard of them. Silent Hill is abandoned for sure. Yep. That was one of the clues. Abandoned. Silent Hill. Everything just adds up to it being a fake thing. But this thing was announced on a PlayStation, on a legitimate PlayStation PR site, with news that there's a special app coming for this game, just like PT had when it launched on PlayStation 4. So either this game is really coming to PlayStation, and Phil Spencer's shelf says it's also coming to Xbox as well, or Kojima is just one really, really busy person, and I don't know where he gets to sleep at, because if he's working on 3 games simultaneously, you know, Death Stranding, the director's cut, Silent Hills, as well as the Xbox exclusive, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you guys. That sounds pretty extreme, and I don't know how big his studio is. They've been, I mean, he's in Japan, and I think they've had, pretty severe COVID stuff related going on there too. So I don't know if they're actually, at a studio working. I don't know, man. This just doesn't, it all doesn't add up to be. Phil Spencer's shelf and Konami are the only 2 reasons why I'm even thinking about this in this way, because normally I'd just be like, oh yeah, PlayStation exclusive, and write it off. Yeah, exactly. He has to work with Konami. Yeah, exactly. He has to work with Konami. Konami's the wild card. They probably could have taken that truck. You know, if Microsoft backs a truck of money up to Konami, I'm like, hey man, we want it on Xbox too. They're like, you just want it on Xbox and you give us all this money? Okay. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's going to come to Game Pass, guys. I don't know about that, but I'm pretty sure that. I mean, it's possible. In PSX event, we know what Sony thinking. I think it will be in 8 next month. Yeah, I mean that's possible. You know what I mean? Like the PSX, you know, the 8th of next month, they'll definitely come out and say something about it. If it's not, Konami IP might come. What does that mean, Azu? Because Silent Hill is a Konami IP. So is Castlevania. So is um, Contra, and so is Metal Gear Solid. They're all Konami IP. So anything, I mean, maybe they're working on a new Contra game for Xbox. You never know. I mean, Kojima was with Konami for a pretty long time in Game Pass. If it's not Konami IP, it might come back in Game Pass. Yeah. I don't know. Do you guys think do you think I'm just being dumb right now about this, or does it make any sense? Do you guys even think there's a possibility that this is something that could possibly happen? I mean, I do, but I don't really care either way. Like I said, I don't have anything invested in these companies. I'm going to play it one way or another, whether it comes to PlayStation or Xbox. I'm going to play it. Um, I just think it would. I think it would be kind of cool. Yeah, that's what I mean. They don't have any reason Konami to go exclusive. Exactly. Konami has zero reason whatsoever to be to align with PlayStation for a game like that. Kojima working with PlayStation, not Xbox. Yeah, Kojima did put out Death Stranding for PlayStation, but he is his own independent company. He's not a Sony first party company. I think there will be some PlayStation exclusive stuff to it, or maybe like a timed exclusive or something. You know what I mean? Like there might be some kind of a deal like that. But I think both PlayStation and Xbox are funding the program so that it can be on both consoles. I'm pretty sure that Xbox would want to have a part of that. That would be a pretty freaking that'd be a pretty harsh blow to the Xbox community if Silent Hill. I mean, because we already seen Final Fantasy stick mainly to the PlayStation, so that'd be another pretty hard blow if Konami does the same thing. First game to come to PC was Kojima's. Yeah. Oh yeah, Death Stranding, huh? Death Stranding was the first one to. Was it Death Stranding or was it Horizon Zero Dawn? No, yeah, you're right. I think it was Death Stranding first, and then Horizon Zero Dawn, and then Days Gone, and then Uncharted 4, and then everything from now on going straight to PC. I'm sure PC players are probably like, you guys could go ahead and keep Ratchet and Clank though. You could keep that as an exclusive. I mean, Ratchet and Clank's good, but I don't know. I don't know if anybody would on a PC would go out of their way to buy something like Ratchet and Clank, though. I mean, would they? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if Ratchet and Clank is the kind of game people on PC would play. A platformer. I mean, it's possible, I guess. I mean, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being stupid. Yeah, that is pretty steep for a team game. I thought, but I mean, if they're going to draw the bar, they might as well draw the bar right across the line. Oh, I love Chivalry, man. Chivalry is great. I've been playing that since the day it came out. The second game, I do like it. Did you guys watch it? I did another live stream of it today for almost 2 hours. That was pretty good. I love that game. I think it's great. Oh. Then I played some Kingdom Come Deliverance. So apparently when I started that over to start a new game, I still have my old save. And the funny thing is when I go to load that save, I can go just a little bit before I was in that fight. So now I don't have to start my game over. I can just keep playing. But I need to figure out how. I need to play through the first of it again to remember how to do the combat. Because yeah, that stuff's pretty freaking hard on that game. So yeah, I'm pretty grateful that I don't have to restart that Kingdom Come Deliverance, because I had 17 hours and 24 minutes already invested in that to where I was. 17 hours, 24 minutes of gameplay when I got to that point. It's pretty cool. I thought once I restarted that, it was gone. I thought it was going to be gone for sure. So let's recap. Abandoned, Silent Hill, Phil Spencer Shelf. I died in jail first 2 hours. Yeah, man, that game was pretty intense. I got pretty far. Well, I don't know. My coworker at work told me I'm not even that far, but I felt like I was pretty far. I've been doing a lot of stuff. I've seen a lot of that map. Yeah, I pretty much avoided combat for the most part, and then that was stupid. Don't avoid combat in that game. You need to learn how to fight, and you need to learn how to fight good, because yeah, dude, that freaking runt dude keeps wrecking me. I need to figure out how to. And shooting arrows in that game, oh my gosh, it still freaking sucks. That sucks so freaking bad, man. I mean, they wanted this game to be all realistic and stuff, but it's like the Dark Souls of freaking first-person stabber games. It's freaking hard. Trying to aim that arrow is freaking ridiculous. So, a recap. Abandoned. Silent Hills with Phil Spencer Shelf with a Kojima Productions thing on there is Abandoned / Silent Hills coming to Xbox as well as the PlayStation 5 at the end of the year. I am extremely curious to find that out now, because now that I don't know, man. I don't see Phil Spencer putting that freaking. I think Kojima is definitely working on something for the Microsoft. It probably isn't going to be Metal Gear or Silent Hill, but if Big Phil just buys an IP from Konami, okay. So we saw that Kojima thing on Phil's shelf probably a couple months ago, right? That possibly could mean, because obviously they've been working on Silent Hills now for a while. Yeah, I mean that's a case too. I mean, yeah, or to be fair, they could just go work on something new. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I just don't see them like teasing something that far out. I don't know. Maybe he's teasing it, because I don't know. I'm just trying to stir the pot, guys. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like if it's coming to PlayStation exclusive, whatever. I get a PlayStation, I'm gonna play it. If it's going to live spooling, no, it's a swimming game, right? Microsoft definitely has the cash to buy any company they want. 120 billion just sitting there in cash. Yeah, exactly. If they wanted to buy, just just get on the phone with Kojima Frog. I will. I'll call him up tomorrow. Tell him, hey man, I got a YouTube channel. I wanted to know if you wanted to come on and discuss this with us. I don't know. I think Kojima needs some more American friends. Jeff Keighley is even if he spoke English, you would probably be more confused. Probably. You're probably right. Gonna have to learn to speak Japanese so I can talk to him. I don't know. I just thought it'd be kind of fun to talk about, see if anybody else kind of thought the same way I was thinking, because of the whole Kojima thing in the on the Phil Spencer shelf. Call him Hitty. Hitty. Man, if he would only talk to me, that would be kind of cool. I don't know, man. Like I was thinking about that, and I'm like, gosh, dang. Like when I started hearing all that, and I was thinking about Phil Spencer's shelf with that on there, I was just like, maybe this is coming to Xbox too. I mean, it's possible. His engine is one of the best right now. Yeah, the Fox engine's pretty freaking good, man. There's a lot of why didn't he use Fox engine on Death Stranding though? I mean, why did he use Decima? I mean, maybe he used Decima as a way to keep that in-house on PlayStation or something. What if Kojima was working on the next Chivalry and it's called Cavalry? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I do like Kojima games. I do like I do like him. I think he's a good developer. I think he makes some pretty good games. So yeah, whatever he's got in store for Xbox, even if it's not Silent Hill, that's or maybe. Because, I mean, they did say, like, there is the blooper team that's supposed to be working on the Silent Hill reboot. Maybe that one's, keeping with the third-person camera, and that's coming to Xbox, and the other one's going to Xbox, keep getting games on Game Pass, and PS5 keep charging $70 a pop. I really think that will spell the end of PlayStation this gen. If PlayStation doesn't change that by the end of the year, yeah, I think you might be onto something there, Cabbage. I think it might be a little bit too late for them to do anything if they don't do something by the end of this year, beginning of next year. I think the damage will already be done, just like the damage. The only thing that saved PlayStation so far from the whole Game Pass thing is the fact that Xbox hasn't been putting out any first-party games. Once the end of the year hits and they've got all those first-party games out, it's definitely going to sting a whole lot more when people are sitting there playing Forza Horizon 5 that looks freaking amazing, and PlayStation's just barely putting out Horizon Zero Dawn for $70, because there's going to be a lot of comparison going on for both of those games because they're both basically open world games, and I would say that the map is going to be a lot bigger on Forza Horizon 5 than it's going to be on Horizon Forbidden West. Yeah. Well, yeah, it kind of does get into like the weird. I don't know, man. I kind of a subscription like service like Game Pass takes a lot of time and work. I wonder if it's too late for. I mean, they do already have inroads to it because PlayStation Now has been out basically since the beginning of PlayStation 4. Sony guys think Xbox will eventually charge 70. Yeah, they might. It is, but they forget Deathloop is $59.99 on PS5. Yeah. I think they might be okay if they just upgrade PS Now or PS Plus. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even if Sony started putting their first party on there 3 months after launch, I think they could save themselves with that for sure. Sony has the name and previous generation as dominated. Yeah, Sony's been on top for a long time, but I mean Nintendo was on top for a long time too. Sega, they were on top for a little while. Everybody has their chance at the top, and then their fall from grace or whatever. I think it is now Xbox's time to shine, guys. Yeah, Xbox first party games on Game Pass day one is definitely pretty freaking big. I don't know, man. PlayStation did come back and win that generation. I mean, I think the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 generation was more of a tie, if anything. It could have went either way the next generation, but Xbox really did stumble out of the gate like PlayStation's doing right now this generation. PlayStation's got a lot more cred though, but Xbox is Microsoft's backing Xbox 100% now, so I can possibly see them going. After that, if they don't have value in the console, they're going to start having problems. Yeah, this competition won't benefit, really. If they both start doing like a Game Pass thing, that's definitely going to be good for the consumer. But I don't know about the long run. I honestly don't know about the long run. I don't know if it's sustainable for both of them because if Sony goes under for it, then there's no competition no more, and Xbox has got the money to keep pumping into it. What has me most excited is that the Forza Horizon 5 engine is going to be used for Fable. Yes, that game's going to look freaking beautiful. Yes, I did sign up for the PlayStation beta test. I think Phil's amazing CEO, and I think he gets what the customer wants. Yep. And I kind of don't know if Phil Spencer would let Silent Hills go without a fight. I think he's if it did get by him, then there's something wrong. Sony is late to Game Pass. Yes, they are. Maybe next generation, when they're forced to Netflix or buy a movie. It's like that between Xbox Game Pass and PS5 games. I think they said that they had an upgraded Forza Tech engine that's also scalable, that will scale pretty decently back to last gen. Hopefully they add the SSD expansion there for us to test. I really hope so, because I signed up for it and I really hope they let me do it. Plus they had a store ready in PC. I just hope the freaking SSD I bought is going to be one of the ones they approve. I'm going to be pretty mad, but I mean, it is what it is. I'll buy whatever I need to and just put that in my laptop. I remember when Blockbuster was offered to buy Netflix for $1 million and they declined, saying it would never take off. Have my ass. That's reminding me of PlayStation right now. Yeah. You know what, man? The Japanese culture, they have a different way of doing things. Nintendo has survived because Nintendo is Nintendo. PlayStation, on the other hand, PlayStation took the crown from Nintendo and ran with it and has been running with it because PlayStation caters to an older class of gamer and not just, the kid class. So they have a lot. They have. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of Xbox. The guy that one of them said the Japan Xbox manager came out and said that they're doing really well in Japan right now. So mostly the Xbox Series S though. So I mean, it's possible that they start gaining more of a foothold over there. PlayStation squandered a lot of the goodwill they had this generation by coming out and raising the price of games, knowing full well that Game Pass was a thing, guys. Like, Game Pass has been out for 3 years, and PlayStation's like, oh yeah, well, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and raise the price of our games this generation because they're gonna be amazing. But yeah, I haven't seen really anything that's $70 worthy yet. Just because. Yeah, Nintendo has events and stuff in Japan that the rest of the world doesn't. Sony became more U.S. centric company. Yeah, that's very true. They have, and I guess if you're gonna buy an American made thing, you might as well decide from which one you're gonna get. I mean, if Xbox and PlayStation is basically the same thing now. They're both U.S. companies for the most part. Sony screwed up. They did. They already knew full well that Game Pass was out there. For them to come out and raise the price this generation was really ballsy of them. And I don't think it's going to pay off in dividends like they thought, especially with right now not being able to get those systems out. And once people start seeing what's already out, Returnal's not a $70 game. It's not. It's not a $70 game. Ratchet and Clank, $60 game. At best. Demon Souls, that should have been $60. It was a remake. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that they shot themselves in the foot. And when you finish that game, you can play it again until you feel you got your $70 worth. Yeah, you're right. I could play it 7 times and beat it to get my $70 worth. $1 an hour, right? That's the going rate for a game now. $1 1 hour. If it lasts 70 hours, it was a good game. Yeah, $70 for a 10-hour Spider-Man. COVID made it happen, and PS5 shortage. Yeah, COVID really did screw up their whole little pricing model thing. That's for sure. I don't know, man. Like, I was a PlayStation guy for over 25 years, and Xbox is doing everything right now, and PlayStation stumbled out of the door, fell down on its face, and they refused to get up. They literally refused to stand up and say, nope, okay, yeah, we made a mistake. Charging $70 for these games is a little bit ironic or a little bit stupid, because Call of Duty, Black Ops, that shit wasn't worth $70. No Call of Duty's worth $70. Call of Duty's freaking it's getting bad. I mean, yeah, it's packed with way more content than ever before, but that Call of Duty game wasn't worth $70 freaking dollars. What else? Godfall, that shit wasn't worth $70. That game was stupid. Everything that Sony's coming out and doing this generation, my gosh. Yeah, and see, I'm the same way, Darkest Hero. I am the same way. I don't really mind paying a higher price for a good game, but lumping everything in for the $70 price tag, especially stuff like Returnal, that doesn't set a good precedent. That really doesn't. I mean, that kind of looks bad. Yeah, I think I'm gonna say it, dude. I think Demon Souls should have been a $50 game too, as a remake. When they remastered, I mean, they did do a full remake of the game, and I get why they believed it was worth $70. But when From Software redid the first Demon Souls, or not Demon Souls, but Dark Souls, they only charged you $40 for it. It's going to work out for Sony in the long run next to Game Pass. I really hope so, because we do need Sony to stay strong, so that competition keeps going. We do need that. Xbox right now is basically the underdog. PlayStation is the leader. If all of these investments that Xbox paid off, or the Xbox made, pay off, and we get freaking high quality games first party going into Game Pass, yeah, PlayStation's going to have a lot harder time with that. I'm sorry, but if a developer remakes BioShock, I will never call that new, no matter how much better it looks. An original idea, yeah. I feel the same way, game publisher. Punisher, I definitely do. I have a PlayStation just because of the controller. It's cool. I mean, I do like the controller. I mean, the triggers didn't do exactly what I thought they were going to do, so I don't really know if I like the triggers, but the rumble's pretty good, and the way it fits in my hand now, way better than any DualShock ever created. I'm not pissed off so much against the price, to be honest. It's the quality. It's not worth worth it. $70. I mean, are you kidding me? For your competitor is giving games. Yeah, exactly. PlayStation really freaking didn't think things through when they came out. They're like, oh yeah, our competitor just got Game Pass, but they haven't put out a game for a little while. Yeah, they're probably not going to put out another game. Yeah, let's just go ahead and raise the price. Sounds like a good idea. Yeah, we like money. I mean, I guess if you're only selling 10 million copies of each game you put out, I mean, it makes sense to raise it $10. Seems like Sony is trying to keep their games from devaluing, just like how Nintendo never puts their first party games on sale. Yeah, I mean that is a way for them to do that, but that's going to hurt them in the long run too. I just saw MLB The Show on sale for $40 on the PlayStation Store for the PlayStation 5 copy. I think it's on sale right now for like $40. So yeah, they are definitely going to put them on sale. They have to. Dude, there's no way they can. There's no way they can do what Nintendo does with their games now. They done screwed that up when they raised the price and laughed at Game Passes. That's unsustainable. Not for a $2 trillion company. It's not for maybe for Sony's couple billion dollars. Maybe it is. It has really reorganized game characters. Controller is important, but I play games, not controllers. As long as the controller is responsive. Yep, that's all I care about. You know what the difference with Sony and Nintendo? It has really recognized game characters. Yeah, that's true. I mean, PlayStation's game characters have changed from, gosh, man, what was it? Crash Bandicoot on PlayStation 1 to now we got Ratchet and Clank as the new mascot or whatever. Yeah, Mario's been Mario ever since Nintendo, the first Nintendo, and it's consistently gotten better as a Mario game, except Absies, something. Abby, Chad Abby. They should have just went all in and gave her a mustache too. I mean, ever since the 80s, yep. Ever since Mario 19, that was the first game I ever played was Super Mario Bros. So yeah, I remember Mario all the way back from being a little kid, 5 years old, playing the first Mario. On PlayStation, they had Crash Bandicoot. Then it was, and then it was like Jak and Daxter, and then Sly Cooper, and now the Ratchet and Clank. You know, there's a reason Sony All-Stars failed to take anything away from Smash Brothers. Yeah, exactly. Nobody knows what the freak is going on anymore. Sony hasn't explained why a red DualSense costs $5 more. People just accepted it, and they will do it more so in the future. Yeah. I think Xbox's colored controllers are more as well. They're not the same $59.99 that the white ones are, or the black ones. The black and the white ones are $59.99. The other ones are $64.99. Because I bought a blue one. I bought the blue one for my daughter, and it was $64.99. So they're more money for the Xbox ones as well. Especially if you have them designed in the design lab, I think they're $10 more. No matter what, I'll never play Xbox. See you later, guys. Oh no, you don't have to play Xbox. You can play PlayStation. This channel's for everybody, man. PlayStation is PlayStation's a good system, dude. I love my PlayStation. Siphon Filter. Yep, I remember, dude. I love Siphon Filter. Those are the games that I grew up playing. Was like Siphon Filter and SOCOM. And Sony's basically killed off a lot of the franchises I care about. I mean, look at this. Nintendo announces a party game, and I'm intrigued. Sony usually shows us a post-apocalyptic. Yeah. Huh. Design Lab controllers are $70. I think, yeah, I think they are. I think they're $10 more than the standard controller to have them designed. Yep, Siphon Filter 2 was definitely my favorite one. I did like the one that they put on PSP as well, but that one was kind of hard with the controls. So, but it was still good. I still liked playing that. Sony fans are unhinged. They won't hear anything but good things about Sony. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some Xbox ones like that too, game. There are definitely some Xbox guys out there that are just, I mean, yeah, I don't get the whole, aggro freaking the whole aggro fanboy thing, dude. It's just it's not really that great, I mean, if you've got the means to have both consoles, I definitely suggest you have both and you play both, because then you don't have to like sit and worry about, what game is going to be the best. Yeah, exactly. There's unreasonable people all over the place. I mean, that's just what society has become, man. It's like we become this a bunch of tribes that are fighting over like the same thing in a different way. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like we all care about video games. We all like cool video games. We all like cool graphics. We all just want to play video games. If I hear bad about Xbox and it's deserved, I'll just agree. I don't care. Yeah, it doesn't mean enough. It doesn't mean enough to make it my religion. Yeah, that's very true. I don't think Sony needs to supply consoles first. Yeah, so does Xbox, man. They both need to supply consoles. PlayStation's probably got a better head start because they started making them probably earlier, and they had and I don't think they're I don't think they waited for the full RDNA 2 structure. So, hey, what's up, Don? How you doing, man? Thanks for coming to the show. We were just talking about everything but what the title says. I got on tonight because I thought that abandoned game that's possibly Silent Hills could possibly be coming to Xbox as well. Just to kind of catch you up. Because of the Kojima statue on Phil Spencer's shelf. So that's what led me to think that that's a possibility. That'd be cool if it does. I mean, I would be freaking... But you got to remember, if you hear that, I mean, you heard that here first if it does happen. And if not, oh well. I don't care. I got both systems. I'm going to play it either way. Oh, man. Yeah, I have nothing invested in Xbox, but I kind of felt like it doesn't make any sense for Phil Spencer to show that and then all of a sudden Kojima to be announcing a new game like that. Unless Death Stranding's coming to Xbox, I did the Xbox 2-year financing through Xbox Store. It comes with 2 years of, see, you get Ultimate for 2 years. And I end up saving money in the end of it. Yeah, you do. That's a good deal to get that Xbox that way. $35 a month for the Series X or $24 for the Series S, I think it was. Kojima had a Stadia game which was canceled, to be honest. Yeah, I think that might be. Yeah, I didn't hear anything about that. I didn't know. I did not know that Kojima was doing a Stadia game. I didn't think anybody was doing Stadia games, to be honest, except for Ubisoft, because they put their games on everything. So I did not know that Stadia. I thought Stadia died a while ago. Didn't they pull support for it? Didn't they just give up on it? I could have sworn that they gave up on it like a couple of months after it was out, and nobody wanted it because it didn't deliver those wonderful graphics that they said they was going to be able to get everybody. I mean, I'm sure it could stream, but I don't know. It was an episodic horror game. Yeah, I mean, that could be. The only other thing I can think of is, honestly, Blooper Team is making a Silent Hill game as well, and it's going to be a third-person game, like the old Silent Hills, like a reboot maybe, and that will be coming to Xbox. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just don't see Konami cutting Xbox out because we've seen a lot of Konami games on Xbox, so I don't see them completely getting rid of their well, Kojima needs financial support to make a game, so he first approaches developers, publishers. Yeah, and that's true. I mean, if he went to Sony and then Xbox stepped in and said, "Well, yeah, I'll pay half of that. I definitely want that on my console." I mean, it's possible, guys. Anything's possible. I'm pretty sure PlayStation would have all freaking advertising rights and everything like that, and the game would be in parity with PlayStation. It wouldn't be any better on Xbox. So, and that doesn't matter. I mean, that way, either way, you're still getting the best. You're still getting the best version available if it's still, in parity. Konami will never go exclusive again. I hope not. I really, really hope not. I would like to see Kojima. I really would like to see Kojima, PlayStation, Xbox, and Konami come together and make a Silent Hills game. That would be freaking amazing. That would deliver to every fan base. I mean, money. Yeah. Xbox has a lot of money. Well, Microsoft has a lot of money, and they don't mind giving a little bit to Xbox. So I'm pretty sure that it's possible. Don't you guys think that'd be cool, though, if all four of them came together and made Silent Hills and put it out on everything? I think that'd be good. I think that would be good for the industry as a whole, I mean, Sony's already got the best exclusives in the world, so why would they need another one? Right? And they only said they had 25, Probably. And it is exclusive PS5. Sony would pay a ton of money for having, if it's true, a Silent Hill game exclusive. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. Yeah, I don't read PlayStation blog. Usually that's just a bunch of PlayStation guys blogging about PlayStation. I try to stay neutral, Roberto, because it doesn't serve me any good to try to serve one side of the fence, because I play both consoles, so it's better to serve both. I'm pretty sure that Microsoft has enough money to make that happen, for both of them. I mean, I could see Kojima making an exclusive game for Sony again, but I don't necessarily think that it's all going to be. I don't know. Phil Spencer's shelf kind of has me thinking that it might be. Wasn't the last Silent Hill game a bit of a flop sales wise? Yeah, it was actually. Downpour did not do that very well, so that's why it was kind of put on ice until Kojima was willing to pick it up in the first place. The thing is, Konami made the Silent Hill PT with Kojima. Yeah. Kojima, I think that might have been the first one that Kojima was going to do, was that one. So if no Kojima, it's going to be a shit game as Metal Gear. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if Kojima's really making it, that's pretty good, I mean, and if it's coming out this year, that would be pretty good, man. I think it would be I think it's going to be exclusive next gen for the most part. I feel like I would freaking love that. That was one of the things I was actually hoping that the Xbox Series X would possibly be able to do, is be able to play PC games as well. It's better to be neutral indeed. By the way, I see you got a PS5. Lucky. Yeah, I do. I have a PS5. I have the Series X and the Series S. Yeah, man, I want to be neutral. And I just, a while back, Roberto, we saw on Phil Spencer's shelf that little Kojima action figure thing. And I mean, if he's going to tease something this early and you got Silent Hills coming out, I mean, this is just speculation, of course, on my part. I'm just speculating that it might be possible, because Konami is the wild card in this. They've put out every game on Xbox the same as PlayStation without any kind of real exclusive rights to it. So it's possible. I think Silent Hills was going to be. I don't remember it ever saying that it was exclusive just to PlayStation 4. I don't remember if that was the case, or if they were just going to have like advertising rights. So if they do get it, that would be freaking pretty cool for the whole industry as a whole. Because I know there's a lot of Silent Hill fans on Xbox, just as there are on PlayStation. So, I mean, but the same could be said for Bethesda games going to freaking PlayStation. You know, I personally wouldn't mind, you know, some of them games going, but I feel like Xbox fans would be pretty freaking hurt if like Starfield or something went to PlayStation. So, or you know, Elder Scrolls 6. Didn't Gabe say Steam might come to Xbox? If you haven't seen it, search for it on YouTube. He told a school kid when he was giving him a talk. That would be pretty cool, man. It's just good business. Yeah. Konami, a Japanese company, speaking with Sony, back then a Japanese company. Easier to market. Yeah, I mean, a PlayStation does all the legwork, but I feel like Xbox is mainly basing all of their advertising into Game Pass. So in order for them to do it, he would just want to be able to put it in Game Pass and then market it as a Game Pass, you know, as through Game Pass. He can be just a fan. Maybe he played the game and liked it. Who knows? Yeah, that's true. That's very true. But I don't know. Jeff Grubb said that he's in talks with Kojima and everything and blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. I mean, like, Jeff Grubb gets a lot of stuff right. Phil is more of a gamer than a company shill, to be honest. Yeah. You know what, guys? Since Phil Spencer took over at Xbox, like, Xbox has become a completely different company. Since Jim Ryan's taken over at PlayStation, PlayStation's kind of becoming like what Xbox was last generation. Gosh, man. I don't understand these companies that think that we're just like these machines and we love them without freaking question. Like, I love PlayStation. I've been a PlayStation guy for well over 25 years, but come on, man. Like, charging $70 for a game when you know your closest competitor is literally basically giving them away for free with a subscription service, that's just dumb business to me, guys. In 6 years, Microsoft Store with Game Pass will compete. Yeah, I think that's possible. I mean, if we start seeing more games coming to Xbox, you know, PC made games, because the Xbox GDK is now in line with PC, like developing for PC. So it'd be easier for them to develop on PC and port to Xbox. So, I mean, the sky's the limit, guys. I mean, I just kind of wish that we would be able to, you know, select stuff on our Xboxes. Jim Ryan is secretly Don Matrix's adopted brother, both raised under the same. I can't agree more, man. I don't know what's going on with that guy. He's trying to market PS5 as like this Ferrari and stuff, and it's like, come on, dude, come on, man. And then you give us Returnal. What is that? You know, you give us Godfall. What the freak, man? Remember, by the way, that tomorrow, 20 June, Abandoned app on PS stores should come out. This is what they wrote. Don't forget to check. Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely going to check it out. I'll check it out tomorrow and see if it really is there. PS will have a store for PC in the next years. Yeah, I'm pretty sure by the end of next year, select PS5 games will launch day and date on the PC with the PlayStation 5. I could definitely see that happening. PlayStation's at a point where their shareholders are demanding that they start making money. Sony likes Jim Ryan though, because he makes the money. Exactly. Jim Ryan's not afraid to tell PlayStation fans to shove it up their butt, and they're going to get freaking PC games. Jim Ryan's that guy. He is exactly the leader that PlayStation needs right now. But on those terms, but if he does not address Game Pass and doesn't address it soon, he's going to miss his chance, and then he's going to be really sorry that he didn't take Xbox seriously with this. And that's just the case. That's just smart money, dude. I mean, there's a lot of people. You got to look at it, okay? There's 110 million PlayStation 4s out there right now, okay? If God of War, one of the best freaking PlayStation 4 games, only sold 20 million copies, that doesn't make sense for him to not put those games on not put those games on the PC. That just doesn't make sense. PS will have a storefront. We believe in generation. Brother Don Matrick told me to say that. Imagine the money Jim Ryan would make if he was more customer focused. He already has customers, and yeah, exactly, dude. If that guy would just, if he would just say, hey, you know what, guys, I've decided to really spice PlayStation up. So 3 months after the launch of every PlayStation first party game, they will go to PS Now, day one, or day 90 or whatever. You know what I mean? I think 3 months would be the perfect window for PlayStation to be able to compete with the Xbox and Game Pass, because I know me, I'm gonna pay for full price for the game when it comes out. He is a customer focused in all honesty. Sony don't want to change their strategy for now, in my opinion. Probably in the future, like 5. I don't know, Roberto. If you look at what Nintendo did, Nintendo used to be the leader, and then when PlayStation came in and took over, it didn't really change Nintendo's philosophy. They stayed the same, but we've seen Nintendo, kind of go up and down. And the new big thing on the market was PlayStation, and they were not afraid to take chances, and they made compelling, games and stuff. Microsoft is on the same path to be able to. Microsoft is now literally on a path to where they can probably, more than likely, every quarter put out a first-party game with the studios they now have. And I don't know if they could be PlayStation 5 quality. Playground Games for sure can match PlayStation 5 studio games. That gameplay for Forza Horizon 5, yeah, it definitely screams, PlayStation quality to me anyways. That's pretty good. I mean, even Forza Horizon 4 was screaming, hey man, this is PlayStation 5. I mean, this is PlayStation quality like game, and that looked amazing on Xbox One X, and now it's even better on Xbox Series X. So I definitely could see PlayStation slipping a little bit and losing a lot of ground to Xbox pretty fastly, especially in these next 6 months if they don't do something. You got Back 4 Blood coming to Game Pass day one. You've got Dark Alliance coming to Game Pass day one. You've got other third-party games. That new Plague Tale coming to Game Pass day one, man. Microsoft open to 2 markets at the same time. 5 to 10 years they won't survive. They twist his words. Sony is in 1. Yeah. Obsidian, Bethesda, and Playground are the big players. Yeah. Obsidian and Bethesda, I think that Ninja Theory is pretty good too, guys. I think they could, in a sense, yeah, it's coming next month. You've got Flight Simulator that's definitely on the freaking level of a PlayStation, PlayStation first quality game. Yeah, like Microsoft is not playing anymore. PlayStation is definitely going to survive. They're going to have to adapt though, Roberto. They are. I mean, people are starting to see that, I mean, like it is a good value. 7 months of Game Pass for the price of one PlayStation 5 game. That's a pretty good value for the most part, man. I mean, there's really no way to look at that, especially if you buy your games and you trade them into GameStop. It's a lot easier to come up with $15 a month than it is to come up with $70. I mean, I can't, if $70 is all the money you have to play a game for the next 6 months, I couldn't recommend Ratchet and Clank to you. I couldn't do that knowing what I know, how long it took me to complete that game. I couldn't recommend that to you if that's all you got to play in the next three to 6 months. There's no way I could do that. Got 25. They already announced they definitely have 25 new games, and they're going to be, and I mean, they're going to be quality. Like there's no question about that. But like I said, I mean, you know what, guys, honestly, the PlayStation market is kind of closed off too, though. I mean, a lot of PlayStation people don't really think about Xbox that much. So I mean, I do think PlayStation has. I think I don't know. I mean, I think they're going to survive, but these games are going to have to be the best quality they've ever conceived, and they're going to have to be undistinguishable going forward. Microsoft Xbox first party studio games, you know, they're going to have to really outshine them going forward for that to stay the way it is. Yeah, I mean, the quality or time of delivery. Ooh. Yeah. I mean, I've supported Sony this long. It's not like I'm going to stop anytime soon. You know, I've had every single PlayStation console. Every time they've released a new upgraded system or a new version of it, I bought every single one of them. I bought every PSP. I bought a PS Vita. I bought the VR. I bought everything the PlayStation's ever sold me. So tell me in 3 years the PlayStation 5 will have these amazing games. I don't think so, Azu. From what I've seen so far, these games are average at best. You know, I mean, they're really solid PlayStation exclusives, but I don't think they're game changing the way that Sony's going to need them to be to compete with Game Pass if they don't do a sub, if they don't do something like Game Pass. I don't think that PlayStation. Honestly, to tell you the truth, guys, I don't really think PlayStation knows exactly what to do about this situation. And now that they've seen what Playground Games is going to do with Forza Horizon 5, I don't know, man. I do not know if they know. I think Forza Horizon 5 is going to change a lot of hearts and a lot of minds really quickly about Xbox. That game looks freaking phenomenal. Like, there's no question about it. That game looks so freaking good that, like, wow, it's a game. Like, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that Forza Horizon 5 is definitely going to change a lot of hearts and a lot of minds about Xbox quality. And if Halo 5 or Halo Infinite comes out and it's just as amazing, Returnal was average from what I've seen of it. It definitely was, dude. It was at best a AA game. Like, no question about that. No, I'm just saying that if PlayStation 5 has at least 20 AAA exclusives in 3 years from now, I'll buy it. Then I'm not against it. It is just not worth it. Yeah. Right now, Azu, I don't know if I could recommend you going out. I don't know if I can recommend PlayStation 5 as a must-have console because of the PlayStation 5 games, but I can recommend it as in it will play your PlayStation 4 games way better than the PlayStation 4 Pro does. And it is a good investment if you already have a PlayStation 4 or a PlayStation 4 Pro. It's definitely going to be, it's definitely worth it. It's like upgrading a PC. In my honest opinion, if you had a PC and a new graphics card came out and you're like, "Ooh, I gotta have that," you're gonna go buy it. They just don't want to compete right now against Game Pass. They will need time if they want. If they compete. They just put effort into making games. Yeah, you know, Roberto, it is pretty tough. You know, PlayStation does kind of have its back against the wall with this. I think they need to do something. I don't know an exact time frame, but it's gonna have to be It's gonna have to be before Xbox starts popping those 27 games out. Every month, you know, from here until November, until Starfield. I do think that's going to have to happen pretty soon, actually. On PC immediately without a console. Microsoft on the other side can just sell it. Yeah, exactly. I mean, either PlayStation, Roberto, either PlayStation needs to start putting their games on PC day one with PlayStation 5, or they need to answer Game Pass, because the only way they're going to make up that difference for all the costs that the games they make are going to have to be not coming out problem. Series X struggle. Yeah, they do struggle as well, but Xbox has PC. I can play Xbox games on my cell phone. I can play them on a tablet. I can play them on any kind of smart device that I could download Game Pass to. So the fact that Xbox doesn't have enough consoles out there, that doesn't matter in the big scheme of things, because by 2022 you will be able to play all next gen console games from Xbox, even on Series S and Xbox, or on Xbox One S and Xbox One X going into the future, because you'll be able to stream that to that console. I tried months ago to buy an Xbox X, but nothing. Yeah. If you already have an Xbox right now, Roberto, if you have an Xbox Series or Xbox One or Xbox One S or One X, you should be able to just go to the store on your Xbox, and then try. I would try every day to see if they have stock. This is the point. Compare Microsoft to Sony is just unfair in my opinion. Microsoft is on every platform for obvious reasons. Sony can't be. Yeah, Sony can be, and they need to be, Roberto. They're stupid for not being on PC. And they already are moving that needle and putting out games, testing the water. They honestly, they just need to rip the Band-Aid off real fast. They just need to rip that Band-Aid off and start putting them games on PC as fast as they can. Microsoft was preparing that for a whole generation. Yeah, that is true. And, PlayStation just needs to follow suit and stop pretending that, like, their console is the only thing you could play a PlayStation game on, and start putting them on PC. PlayStation by far spends the most money to develop games. I think they by far spend the most money and have the biggest budgets. Did you hear that Xbox is going to use the cloud? Yes, I heard. That's what I was just talking about. They'll be able to. You'll be able to use the cloud to stream next gen games back to old gen consoles. That's freaking brilliant. That's amazing, dude. There's no reason for Yeah, Xbox is doing everything right, man. They really are standing by that philosophy of putting the gamer first, and it's really working off and paying off good for them right now. If you want my honest opinion, they know what to do to sell consoles, Frog. Sony is really good at that. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they do sell a lot of consoles, but they already did with Days Gone. Yeah, exactly, Robert. So they're already putting the games on the PC. So once I think they started with those games just to kind of, because as soon as the PlayStation community stops freaking out about it, like social media and stuff, they'll start announcing PC releases for PlayStation 5 games by the end of next year, I believe. I think that will happen. Yeah, I think select PS5 games by the end of next year will be coming to PC day one. They already did that with Godfall. Godfall was supposed to be a PlayStation exclusive, and it's already on PC. So I would expect to start seeing PlayStation 5 games coming to PC this generation for sure. On PC, yeah. Once they put one on there, Toby, yeah, it's all over from there. They're all going to PC, and that's fine. That's good. That's a good thing. They should have that, because there's older gamers like me, Roberto, that we've been playing games for so long that now we do kind of want to move, like over to the PC, so that we don't have to keep buying all these freaking consoles. I mean, yeah, I would still buy the consoles for my kids, because I'm not going to go spend $3,000 on a PC for my kids, but they're still going to sell those consoles to us one way or another, whether that's for us buying them for our kids, or us still being forced to buy these consoles to play games. Microsoft, maybe the iconic IP won't come to PC like God of War, but others, yeah, that's pretty much where I'm thinking they're going to go with it. God of War is God of War is definitely going to go to PC though, man. God of War, it is an iconic game, but like when you think about it, on PlayStation 2 and 3, it was a hack and slash, man. That's basically all that game was a hack and slash, just a fun romp game, dude. Now it's they might save something for PlayStation, but I don't know. Microsoft is doing so well with putting the games on the PC, and Sony sees that. They're not stupid. Their shareholders are probably like, hey, put them on PC, and that's exactly what's going to happen. If it does, there's no reason to be mad about it. Honestly, PC gamers are PC gamers are not a threat to the console market whatsoever. They're not. They're just not a threat. And that's good for people like you and I, because if we do decide we want to go PC, then we can still play our favorite games on the platform that we want. And Microsoft is really starting to soften people's mindsets about that. The Xbox community fell in line. Well, all of them except for Crap Gamer. I don't know if he ever fell in line with that or not. Sounds like he's about ready to jump PlayStation ship too, though. So I don't know. Yep, it is. It's free marketing. And also more sales. Yeah, dude, those PlayStation games have really high budgets, so they really do need to sell as many as they can. God of War only sold 20 million copies on PlayStation 4, and they have 110 million PlayStation 4s out there. So, yeah, 20 million for a 100 million budget. That's they need to sell more. Yeah. Yeah, he did say that. The next one they're doing is Uncharted. I really better get I bet I, as a PlayStation supporter, better get a 60 FPS patch for my PlayStation. Hardcore gamers are the minority. Yeah, that's very true. There's maybe like 2 to 5% of each ecosystem is probably hardcore, I would say. I don't know if it's more than that. Most people are casual gamers. There's only a few of us that are like really like into hardcore gaming and playing games a lot. I still think it's impossible that they will bring every exclusive. They might hold something like Ratchet and Clank back, because I don't really see Ratchet and Clank doing that well on the PC platform. So maybe those kind of games. Yeah, you might be right. Whatever is Sony Studios will eventually come to other game. Roberto, with them putting even just one PlayStation game on the PC, that made their shareholders really happy, and they made a lot of money off games like Horizon and Death Stranding, and now Days Gone. I think I don't think there's any way to. I don't think there's any way to put that genie back in the bottle, man. I honestly don't. And PlayStation, they need to do that. They have to do that to survive. They're going to have to do that. And that's not even with Xbox out of the picture, Roberto. The games are getting so expensive to make that they either need to find new avenues to release those games on, or they're going to have to cut budgets on those games. They're just getting too ridiculous. So they have to create new revenue streams. And if people are already buying PCs and PCs are already out there, do it. Microsoft has opened the door for you, because if you look at cell phone gaming, that's the biggest gaming market in the world. Everybody's got a freaking smartphone now, and all of them have games on them. And if they're all playing those games and they're spending billions of dollars, the cell phone market dwarfs the console and PC space by a lot. So if there's already all those phones out there, and Microsoft made a way for you to be able to play full-fledged Xbox games right there on your phone, man. You better believe Sony's going to have to put every single game they make on PC day and day, or within 6 months on the PC platform. I mean, they might do something like that to appease their PlayStation the fan base, by making it like a 6-month exclusive, but that might happen, but that will only be for select games. Other games are going to launch day and day on the PC relatively soon. It's good for all those games to be multiple platforms. Yeah, exactly, man. Can't play the iconic PS3 games because they're stuck on that hardware, and I can't be bothered to buy it. Yeah, I'm not going to buy another PlayStation 3. Like, why would I do that? Yeah, Sony's going to have to. If Sony does create PlayStation games for the PC market, they might be able to hold off Game Pass throughout this generation, possibly. But they better start right now, and they better start getting them games out there day one, day and date with the PlayStation 5. I don't think that's a bad thing at all, man. I just think that's smart business, and I feel like Jim Ryan, he's not dumb, dude. He got there being the way he is, and I mean, making stupid things like we believe in generations. I mean, yeah, we know you did, and that was probably the case when you put the PlayStation 5 out, but circumstances in the world dictated otherwise. So yeah, things have got to change, and revenue still has to come in. Why they need to appease PS5 crowd with that? I mean, PS5 is a good investment for gaming if you don't want to. Yeah, exactly, man. $500 for an entry level, mid range ish PC. That's not a bad freaking deal, man. I definitely think that, I mean, people are going to weigh that cost too. Like buying a $3,000 PC to play a PlayStation game, or buy a $500 PlayStation to play a PlayStation game with pretty good graphics. I mean, you're probably going to pick the PS5. They're going to be a value either way. According to Digital Foundry, the PlayStation 5 is equivalent to a 2060 Super or 2070. The Xbox Series X is equivalent to like a 2080 or whatever. That's what digital the lords of masters of gaming said. So yeah, dude, that's a pretty decent mid-range PC. Now if that's really the case, then yeah, man, that's a mid-range PC, like no doubt about it. An easy mid-range. I mean, the money you have to spend to make a PC like that is expensive. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, not everybody can go out there and spend. I mean, I got a PS5, a Series X, and an S. So I probably could have, just with that, bought a pretty decent, PC or whatever. Yeah, I mean, that might be the case. Roberto, but Death Stranding, or not Death Stranding, but Days Gone, freaking sold like hotcakes on the PC market, man. Like hotcakes. PC gamers will buy them. They want to play those games. They want to max them out on their cards and see just how freaking amazing they can go. Yeah, the PC crowd doesn't really go out of their way to make a lot of noise about, stuff like first party, like Sony first party games and stuff. But I mean, even when Forza Horizon 4 launched onto Steam, that game was still selling for $100 freaking bucks a pop, man. And that's been out for almost 3 years. So yeah, there's definitely a market in the PC range for first party console games. Better value for sure. But if you don't want to go there. Yeah, I mean, like PC, you don't have to pay for online gaming and all that stuff. There's definitely savings, but more upfront cost. So yeah, in the long run, you're going to save money, but upfront, you're going to spend a lot more money to get into it. That's why you can just be smart like me and start buying the pieces and put it together later. Yeah, an RTX 20 Super build will run you like $850 Yeah, exactly. That's not a bad. That's not a bad rig. That's not a bad setup. The only thing that the PlayStation 5 doesn't have that the 2060 Super would have is support for DLSS. Oh, I know, cheaper game prices, Azu. There's there's a lot of different savings that you can get with PC, and trust me, the biggest hurdle is probably the upfront cost for a lot of people. Really, Turtle Beach made flight controls for the new Flight Sim game of Series X. Jesus, it's nuts. It's 330 pounds. Whoa, man! So that's almost like $400 here, right? 330 pounds. Is that pound or quid? It has the best multiplayer games. Yeah, and more freedom, a lot more freedom. I know that's why I support consoles in that. Sounds like the dog is going to get its ass whooped. Freaking keeps peeing on Mama's new couch. So a pound or quid is the same thing. Okay, I'm in Scotland. Okay, that makes sense. I don't know how much that evens out to. So if we pay $70 for a game here and you guys are paying 70 quid, what do you guys what is that equivalent to, like $80 here or something? It's like every I don't remember the exact exchange rate. So that flight sim stuff's probably going to cost us like, I mean, I don't know, man. They might just sell it to us for $339. Hey, Mr. Glass, how's it going, man? Yeah, I'm definitely having a great night. Ah, the cabbage thing makes more sense then. Oh, oh yeah. Oh gosh. I think it's equivalent to like $80, $90. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you're paying €80. How's that? A lot of people prefer consoles because, I mean, you want to do a game before you go out, turn it on. Yeah, exactly. That is the biggest thing that's kept me console gaming for a long time, is the ease of access and stuff. Like with a PC, I don't know, man. It's called the Velocity One. Okay, I will. I'm definitely going to check that out. I was thinking about just getting a Thrustmaster setup, honestly, to tell you the truth, but I will look up the Velocity. Let me write that down. And that was from, who did you say was making that, cabbage? I will look it up. Oh, from Turtle Beach. That's right. Yeah, I remember them saying on that extended that they were talking about, they were having other stuff being made. I just didn't know they had announced it yet. Consoles are plug and play, and that's the reason I like them over PC. Yep. Obviously not the best. Yeah, but they're getting overly expensive. Um, as long as consoles stay right around the $500 range, I mean, I could see next gen going up $100, but I don't know if they do like a split generation like they did last time. These guys better be doubling the power. It's got LED screen on the yoke. Cool, man. Yeah, I'm gonna look that up right now. Velocity One. Velocity One flight stick. Oh, I don't know if that's that. Turtle Beach Velocity One. Oh yes. A 349 here. That's the one, right? That Turtle Beach. Yeah. Okay. My ex and her siblings got their dad one of those Cytex pre-Logitech, but he just went back to his Hotus because it was easier to drink and fly. Yeah, I've been looking at getting a Hotus for a while now since Flight Sim was announced, and I've already got Thrustmaster for my racing sim setup. So, I mean, I like their quality of product. When are the Xbox Series X available? Get on. Start checking the Xbox store every day, man. Get on that Xbox store on your Xbox and start checking it every day and see if you can get one. I mean, they didn't fly from like 70 to 120 per game. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, that's it. If consoles ever exceed $500-$600, you really need to start wondering if it's really worth it. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. You know, if they start going up way high, it might as well just get a PC. I mean, if they came out next year, both consoles, and said, "Oh yeah, we're doubling everything," you know, pay us $800, I would definitely consider getting. You know, I would probably start aiming to get my console a lot or my PC a lot faster. They have a cool video on it, and the site's banana. Cool. I'm gonna definitely check it out. I want to, because that looks like I could just set it up on my desk too. Really looking forward to Flight Sim, flying it. Yeah, I am, dude. I can't wait to play that game on Game Pass. It's gonna be so freaking amazing. If the game is hard to play, you don't have to freaking purchase it. You can just play it. So far, I've managed to get 3 Series X and 2 PS5 for friends and family. Yeah, they're not too hard to get. It's just knowing when to get them. You know, there's a lot of guys on Twitter that post when stores and stuff are going to have stock. So if they did that, they would flip frog. Yeah. Yeah, that hot stock one. I've seen a lot of people saying they've had good and stock informer. Yeah, they've been having a lot of they've been having a lot of luck getting consoles and stuff. So yeah, I mean the consoles are still hard to get, but there's so many people that have already got them now, so it should start getting a little easier because yeah, hopefully it starts getting a lot easier. I got my PS5 from Target, and that wasn't really that hard to get. So I think that I think that your luck is going to start improving pretty shortly. I know that you can get Series S a lot faster. They have huge issues. It's the production frog. Yeah. I've said it before. PS5 sells out because it's like toilet paper was during COVID. You just want it because it's in demand, but logically it doesn't make sense. That's very true, man. PlayStation 5 does sell out pretty quick because everybody thinks they've got to have it, and it's because of the hype for it. And then when they get it, you know, I mean, I'm not even going to lie, dude. When I first got my PlayStation 5 3 months ago, I was really hyped to get it, but then when I got it home, like the honeymoon phase wore off extremely fast. I still am kind of in the honeymoon phase for the Xbox, but that PlayStation 5 honeymoon phase wore off like quick, man. I was like, wow, okay, I got it. Cool. Oh, right. Nice. And then I started looking at all the stuff I had to buy for it, all them games, $70 a pop. I bought that PlayStation 5 and I spent $1,200 within that first 2 weeks on getting my games and everything I wanted for it. I mean, the SSD that I bought for it cost me $200 alone. I mean, I paid $200 for my Xbox SSD too, so I'm not complaining about the price. Actually, I got that 980 Pro $20 cheaper than the Xbox card, which was awesome. But I've seen Xbox cards on sale for $200 too, so I'm the one that wanted to buy it like right after I got it. That's exactly what I said earlier. People are clamoring for PS5. but not any PS5 games. Yeah, exactly, dude. There's not. I honestly can't think of one PS5 game that is a must-have to buy a console. You unbox the PS5 and started seeing all the fat rolls the clothes were hiding. Honeymoon phase over, huh? Yeah, exactly. That freaking honeymoon phase was over pretty quick. I'm not even joking. I turned it on and I started playing some of the games for it, and I was just like, oh man, really? This is it? Because I got like Godfall, and I had, well, I mean, like I did sit right through the Spider-Man Miles Morales. I played right through that. Took me about 5 hours, and then I was like, really? That's it? That's it? That's all? I got it. And then when I played Demon Souls at 4K at 30, I was like, ooh, gosh, man, this is pretty tough. And then I played it on the 1440p mode, and I was like, ooh, gosh, yeah. My honeymoon phase dried up really quick with that. I got a 55-inch LG CX TV and a Series X, and to be fair, I probably got overexcited, but now I've played some next-gen games or even Warzone 120. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's definitely worth having all of that. The Resident Evil game was, yeah, dude, I was very happy with Resident Evil Village. That game blew my freaking socks off. That's probably my favorite Resident Evil. It literally took me longer to beat that than any other Resident Evil game, and that was 7 hours and 14 minutes, man. 7 hours and 14 minutes to complete that game. I was very happy with the length of that, because normally they're like 3 to 5 hours that I can get through those. I think hope Horizon Forbidden West will be a true game. Actually, yeah, I hope so too. NB, like I've got a lot of freaking. So my hype for buying the PlayStation 5 and getting it and making sure I had it was for Horizon Forbidden West, was for God of War, and was for Gran Turismo 7. 2 of those have already been pushed to next year. So all we got left is for Horizon Forbidden West, that I know that I would buy a system for. So I'm really hoping that it's a pretty long game. I hope they expanded the world more than what they had on the last game, to tell you the truth. I just want a bigger open world when it comes to that game. However, you can play games off the Xbox SSD card. The more I think about it, the more I'm glad I couldn't get one at launch. What do you, however you can play, what's that supposed to mean, LK? You couldn't get the card at launch, or you couldn't get the Xbox at launch? For God of War, I'm not sure God of War is worth it. The investment, yeah. I bought my second PS4 Pro literally for Death Stranding, but I liked that game. PS5 Pro at that time, Frog. That would suck for early. Yeah, dude, I would be so freaking mad if they put out a PS5 Pro next year or something. I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be mad because I would have just waited and I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be pretty upset, but I'm gonna buy one, because then I'll put my PS5 just out in the living room or something and play Forza or play games on that, when I'm in there. The only reason Xbox gamers talk about Game Pass and PS5 gamers talk about faster SSD. How are these even in the same conversation? Yeah, dude, that fast SSD, it's great and all. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's going to be something eventually to really make it shine. But as of right now, I mean, the load times really ain't that much. I mean, like maybe a second or two faster than the Xbox on a lot of stuff. In some cases, the Xbox is loading games faster. I can see that happening, to be honest, because there would be 2 generations behind PC. I do kind of feel like they're going to put out mid-gen refreshes, but I don't know if they really need to. And yeah, the Forza is the best looking next-gen game so far. Now we were just talking about that earlier, Toby, about how now that people are going to actually see games that were once considered like PlayStation 5 quality on the Xbox, they're going to change a lot of hearts and minds with that for sure. Forza Horizon 3 Blizzard Mountain is the reason I bought an Xbox last generation. simply for that game. No PlayStation game has come close to the level. Yeah, that environment detail looks freaking amazing, and it's huge open world, and you're flying through that game. So I don't know. I mean, I think that Horizon Zero Dawn or Horizon Forbidden West looks pretty comparable. No. The vegetation looks far better on that Forza Horizon. Looking at that rainforest and then comparing that to what we saw in Forza Horizon or Forbidden West. Yeah, you're right, Toby. Horizon is definitely a lot better looking in the vegetation for sure. I couldn't get a PS5 at launch or the months after. I could the Xbox. You could play games off of the Xbox SSD and not on the PS5 since it's not dedicated. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see what you mean. With Quick Resume, Xbox is faster a lot of the time. That's very true, man. That freaking Quick Resume is freaking amazing. I think they'll refresh PS5 to make it less ugly, but I don't expect a Pro anytime soon. I think they could push it 5 year, especially if they have Fidelity FX equivalent. Fidelity FX is going to work on PlayStation 5. That will be a technology that will work on PlayStation 5. DirectML is a Microsoft thing that probably won't work on PlayStation 5 because I don't think PlayStation 5 has access to gosh, what's that freaking what the heck is DirectX 12? I don't think PlayStation 5 has access to DirectX 12 because that is a Microsoft thing. So I don't think we're going to get that. Yeah, DirectX. But DirectML is Microsoft's machine learning that actually has hardware on the silicone in RDA2 to make it. CYA. Oh yeah, I'm gonna bounce you. Oh yeah. Good night, man. You have a good night, Cabbage. Don't forget to like and subscribe. No, I'm just oh man. I really like doing these lives, man. I don't know if I want to just keep doing. I mean, I do like doing the little videos and stuff, but gosh, they just take so much to put out and so much time to create those that I mean, they're not like way long or way hard, but it takes so long to upload them. And this I can just jump right on and talk to you guys and cover things. But a lot of people are going to see the time at like 2 hours and be like, oh no, I ain't watching that. And so, I mean, that kind of hurts me too with all my like 20. Well, Microsoft can show the best graphical quality now that they are open to PC. Yep, that's very true. It's very true, man. And if like you could probably push Forza Horizon 5 like far on the PC. You're talking like native 4K with ray tracing all through the game and everything else at 23 frames a second. No, I'm just joking. Let's see if it'll be a 3090 killer. It'll put that freaking system to the test, no problem. Yeah, guys, I'm really impressed with Microsoft this last few years. I am. I like everything that they're doing. I like the fact that studios like Asobo is putting out an upgrade for games like A Plague's Tale. That was one of my favorite games last generation, and now I get to play it in 4K at 60 frames a second. Yeah, it will be yeah. I want to see that thing freaking wreck a 3090. To be honest with you, I want to see Forza Horizon 5 drop that thing down to 10 frames a second, man. Yeah, that ray tracing, I don't know exactly how excited I am about ray tracing. I just ordered a Design Lab controller as a sign of affection or something. Oh, nice. I would order one of those, NB, but dude, I've got an Elite Series 2. I've got two Elite Series 2. I don't really need one of those pretty controllers. I've already got the best one. DLSS 2 is what destroys everything, to be honest. Really? That DLS test 2? I thought it was supposed to make things better. You know, I am happy that PlayStation, for the most part, is going to continue to do high quality exclusives. I really am, because that's the whole reason I love PlayStation, is for those games. But I really want them to bring SOCOM back, like really bad. Even if it's just the first 3 games, like completely remade, like Demon Souls, I would be happy. I would be very happy with that. Actually, I think they should just go back and remake every PlayStation 2 game they ever made. I think they should have a team just remaking those, or a lot of teams remaking those. That'd probably do well, expanding them, making them better. I think that would be amazing. There's a lot of PlayStation 1 games I would like them to remake. There's a lot of if they just made a lot of PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games, remade them and redid them. Sly Cooper, hell yeah, man. I would love to play another Sly Cooper game. I really wish they would bring Sly Cooper back, man. I miss Siphon Filter. And yeah, that's a game I really want remade is Tenchu. I mean, that Sekiro Shadows Die Twice was supposed to be a new Tenchu game, and then they adapted it and made Tenchu or Sekiro out of it. Yeah, but not a Tenchu. Xbox Series X are computers. Yeah, basically. They are essentially. I mean, the new GDK is basically is scalable from PC all the way back to last gen consoles. So yeah, they basically are a PC now. They're built like a PC. They're stacked like a PC. Everything. The only difference is the Xbox is an APU, so it's basically a laptop in terms of compute power and everything. So it's basically a really powerful laptop when it really comes down to it. But they can push it harder because it's got a bigger fan and everything. So you can definitely get a lot more a lot closer to a PC experience with it. I love the way it freaking cools, man. It's so nice. It's so quiet. Oh my gosh. PlayStation 5 has like a little buzzing sound to it, but the Xbox is freaking quiet. You can't even hear it. Even when I'm playing like really demanding games like Resident Evil with ray tracing, yeah, dude, it was so quiet. Why are you sad, Azu? Both consoles are like laptops. Yes, that's true. They both are basically laptops, which is problematic in thermals. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely problematic, but I mean, a laptop, the way a laptop chassis cools as compared to a bigger box like the consoles, I'm still salty that Sekiro got made. Yeah, I'm pretty salty about it too. Honestly, if they would just give me a 4K patch for Tenchu Z, I'd probably be okay, man. I'd probably be satiated for a little while. My PS5 makes a cracking noise sometimes. I hear it is normal, but it sucks. Yeah, I haven't heard the cracking noise. I just get like this bzzz, like a little low, like a coil whine out of mine. And I've never used the disk drive on either one of my consoles, so I couldn't tell you if that's a thing. No Tenchu. I love freaking Tenchu, man. That's like one of my favorite games of all time. I think the one that's my favorite is the Wrath of Heaven, the one on PlayStation 2. That is by far my favorite Tenchu game, but I do like Tenchu Z, but I never finished Tenchu Z. Onikaga. I like to fight that guy, dude. It was like the first, like, yeah. I mean, that stuff was good. Yeah. Well, the coil whine. Yeah, the coil whine. Yeah, I know all about coil whine and stuff. I mean, it's like a popping sound every once in a while. Really? Yeah, I've never heard that on mine. Yeah, I definitely enjoy Sekiro. I'm stuck on that freaking gosh, what is that thing? The monk, the the corrupted monk up in the mountains. Whoa, I freaking hate that fight, dude. So is what I'll do is I'll get in there and I'll fight it a couple times and I'll keep losing, but I never stick with it long enough to get through it, and then I don't play it for like a month or two, and then I go back and my muscle memory is just completely gone. So that's what's taken me so long to beat Sekiro. If I could just sit my butt there and like get in the mood to like Sekiro out for a day, I could probably finish it. But gosh dang, man, that thing is freaking hard to like put down and then pick up like a couple months later. Not the core, something like that. Tenchu 3, Wrath of Heaven. Yep, that's my favorite Tenchu by far. I freaking love that game, man. It's so freaking good. I remember like when you could like throw the freaking hook up there and like climb up on the ceiling and stuff. Oh my gosh, dude, it was just so freaking cool. I cheesed the corrupted monk, no shame. It used to have a cheat. But you can't do that no more. You can't like get up in the trees and jump off in the second phase and take them out that second time. It won't let you do that no more. It really freaking sucks, dude, because I did that on the first couple of tries, but then they patched it right after that, and that's when I quit playing it. Was after they patched that cheese out. And then I mean, I know you can use the snow peas and stuff, but like where the hell am I going to get those now? I've already used them all up on the first time I fought the ghost one. It's not that they pressure it's they are not yet pressured by games. Imagine when they start having games that push them to the limit. Yeah, exactly, man. Are they remaking Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories? Probably. That they gotta. I'm perfectly okay with remakes. Not really that big on the remasters, but remakes, yeah. Like after seeing Resident Evil 2 remade, I'm definitely on board for remakes for sure. I think they should. They've got a lot of good history back there, a lot of good stuff that they could remake and add more story content. They could add better, they can expand these games and make them what they originally wanted to do back before they had to cut them all when they first came out. I don't necessarily know if they're making Liberty City. I did not see. I didn't see anything like that. Sup, Almighty Justin? How nice of you to join the chat tonight. Yeah, they should make GTA and San Andreas. They should expand that and definitely rebuild that world. That would be pretty cool, man. A lot of people would buy that again. I know I probably would. I never really was big on the Grand Theft Auto games, but I did play them. But I never finished them. I just ran around and did stupid stuff in those. I never really took those games seriously, like story-wise or anything. Grand Theft Auto 3 was my favorite one when that first came out. That was so cool. It just looked so freaking good back then on PlayStation 2, man. There was nothing like it. Rockstar is not gaming or not aiming to make is not making any game right now. Yeah, they're busy trying to figure out what the heck they're doing with their culture or something. I don't know. It's almost like they've lost their freaking minds, man. 45 minutes of nonsense. Oh, when we just wanted to see games, man. We hear enough of that stuff every single day. The whole thing about games is like we go to gaming to like get away from the real world and get away from that, Oh. I would like to see a remake of So get this, guys. Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Okay, if they remade this game and they still kept like the 2D, the side scrolling or whatever, just put like really, really freaking high stylized graphics in it, like realistic looking graphics. But then every time you get to like one of the bosses, it turns into like a 3D fight, like where you're like a Dark Souls boss encounter. And then they redid all like the cutscenes and everything else and expanded on the dude, that game would be so freaking amazing. Till then, I'm saving money from Microsoft. Yeah. But anyway, in 3 years, I'll get a PS5. Yeah. That sounds fair. I mean, you get to play a lot of stuff on Microsoft, all the multiplayer stuff for sure. You'll get to play. So yeah, that definitely makes sense. I probably should have just did that myself. I probably should have just waited on getting this PlayStation 5 until there was something out there that, no, I'm glad I didn't. I know it's a lot of us that are tired of GTA 5. I mean, it's a really good game, but it's time for Rockstar to move on to the next. Yeah, I don't understand why they're wasting so much time upgrading this game. They should have already done that for the PlayStation 4 Pro and the Xbox One X. It just depends. If they try to sell it to us as a full price game again, I don't really know. I mean, I'm probably going to buy it because I'm going to want to see, how beautiful it is. But other than that, I don't know, man. Trying to expand your channel, Frog. So no, you have to review new. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I have to have that PlayStation 5 for the channel mainly. But I don't know. I mean, like, I don't want to like complain about the PlayStation 5 games. Like Ratchet and Clank, man, I just don't feel like the game is worth $70 freaking dollars, man. I think it's worth 60, but I don't think it was worth $70. It's hard for me to recommend. It's really hard for me to be like, hey, yeah, go out and buy Ratchet and Clank because it's freaking amazing when I know you could get 7 months of Game Pass for the same price. It's hard for me to recommend a straight up $70 purchase of a game that took me just over 10 hours to beat. Like that's hard. But I mean, the only way I can recommend that game is if you're like me and you want to see the new pretty visuals, because it looks amazing. It'll definitely show you what your PS5 is capable of for the most part. It's going to be on sale in 3 months. Yeah. But what good's my review going to do in 3 months, my friend? Yeah. I played all the Mafias. I just finished Mafia 3. Or the first Mafia. I didn't play it before because it was on PC or whatever, but I did beat that now that it's out on Xbox. 13-hour game for $70. No way. No, Toby, it was a 10-hour game. A little over 10 hours. It took me, my PlayStation thing says I played it for 11 hours, but they round up. Yeah, it literally took me just over 10 hours to beat that game, guys. Call of Duty did worse stuff. Yeah. Call of Duty, that newest Call of Duty was so freaking dumb, man. I did not like Black Ops. Cold. Yeah, I didn't like it. I mean, like half of the stages in that felt unfinished, like some of them looked really good and some of them felt unfinished. I might download that again and like check it out, but I don't know, man. It's like 200 freaking gigabytes. Yep, 10 hours, a little over 10 hours, man. I paid $85 for Ratchet and Clank. Okay, I bought the deluxe version so I could have all the new armor sets that are really cool. And plus I get a $5 discount off of some Sony merch if I want to use it. Yeah, I would definitely say rent it. Oh yeah, I forgot. Well, where are you going to rent it from? Redbox? Hollywood and Blockbuster are out of business. They haven't put it on Game Pass yet. I mean, maybe it'll come to Game Pass. I mean, that would be smart of them. You got cheated. Yeah, I got freaking way cheated. Hey, you know what? Let's see how many people viewed that Ratchet and Clank review. 271 views. So 271 people have watched my review. So I don't feel like I'm that cheated. I saved those guys some money. Possibly. Unless they were like, well, what is this guy talking about? He doesn't friggin' know what he's talking about. He doesn't love Sony because yeah. I mean, it's just I love Rivet, dude. She's freaking pretty cool. Yeah, Ribbit was definitely a freaking really good. Like I loved the game; it was great, but I just don't know if it was $80, $85 great. I don't know if it was $70 great, but it was great. It was good. It definitely was a solid entry in that franchise. So I mean, I definitely can say that it was good, but I just don't know. I just don't know if $70 or $85 is worth the short length of the game. Nah, physical PS5 version is the one to get, not a digital. Yeah. Well, I buy all my games digital, Azu, so yeah, I don't even waste I'm not gonna go freaking spend $80 on a game and take it over to GameStop and have them give me $20 for it, dude. I'm just not gonna do that ever again. Like if I buy something, I just keep it. I mean, if I can't afford to buy a game, I just won't buy a game. I'll get it for you'll get it on PS Plus. Yeah, when they put it on PS Plus, and you're gonna enjoy that game. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be so great. Hopefully they put it out this year because by next year there's gonna be a lot more better stuff on the PlayStation 5 that you won't need that to show you the power of the PlayStation 5 no more. But you will still enjoy the experience for sure. Yeah, I mean, like in my reviews, I just want to be fair. But I mean, if a game's not, because I'm already going to buy those games because that's just what I do. But I mean, if I can save you money or help you, conserve, a few dollars until a point where you can. Honestly, if if $70 is all you've got to for the next 3 to 6 months, don't buy Ratchet and Clank. Just don't do that. That's not a good investment. You're not going to be happy. The honeymoon shine of that game is going to wear off really fast. Yes, Xbox does have an amazing digital refund. If you play the game for like 2 hours, you can't do it repeatedly though. If you do it a lot, then they don't they won't let you do it. I refunded 2 games once, and on my third one, they wanted more of an explanation, so I just said, no, I'm good. I'll just keep it. I will keep this Wolf of the Apocalypse or Werewolf the Apocalypse, no problem, man. This game is a PlayStation 2 game for sure. I don't recommend buying that game unless you get it for like $10. $10 would be a dang fair price for that game. That Werewolf the Apocalypse. I don't remember the rest of it, but yeah. I don't think anyone can deny that. Yeah. I wouldn't mind like, oh no, I do want Xbox to do like a trade-in thing, but at the same time I don't want them to do that because then I would be trading in like a whole bunch of games, and I like having them there because I do eventually go back to my games. Yeah, Sony doesn't freaking refund games at all, man. They don't want to do that unless it's Cyberpunk and they're forced to. And then they just take it off their store like, well, we're better than that. They take Cyberpunk off there, but then they let Returnal stay on there. So I don't know what the thing is. Returnal was broken for a very long time. Yeah, I have played Yakuza. I do like those games. I haven't played all of the older ones, but I have played 6 and Yakuza 7, and I'm playing Judgment right now as well. Yeah. Sony, dude, if you pre-order your games, you got to pay for them right then. At least Microsoft will charge you like 10 days before the game comes out. So I just wait till up to 10 days, and then I pre-order my Xbox games. Next week we get to play. Next week I got to play that Scarlet Nexus, dude. That's gonna be good. Definitely gonna be reviewing that one. $60 was a good deal for that. I think I liked the combat in that game. It felt pretty good. It reminded me of like Devil May Cry's and stuff like that, and I really like those hack and slash games. I kind of don't want it to turn into another one of those Dark Souls type games because I do like them, but it takes me so long to like want to I like have to be in a certain mood to play those kind of games. So, is that a thumbs up or a thumbs down on it, Tony? That's a yeah. Yeah, that Scarlet Nexus looked pretty good, and then that really cool music video that they did. Do I have anything else to play? Dude, I've got so many freaking games. It's not even funny, man. Dark Alliance, I get to play next week too, I guess. Because I downloaded that on Game Pass. I've got Chivalry 2 I'm playing right now. Oh man, I've got so many games. I got that Sniper Ghost Contracts Warriors 2 that I like playing. That's fairly new. Biomutant. They're going to be patching Biomutant again really quick or pretty soon, so I'm going to go back and start playing that again because they're supposed to be adding some more stuff to it that's going to make it a little bit better. And I already thought that was a pretty decent game. Probably getting Scarlet Nexus 2. I have some Xbox funds, and I'll have a $10 Microsoft rewards, but still playing Nair. Yeah, Nair Replicant, man, freaking amazing game, dude. I love that. I like that series. It's really good. I hadn't played a Nair game until I played Automata, and Automata was freaking amazing. Freaking amazing. I played that game. I was in love with that. I loved it. So when I heard Nair Replicant was coming out, I'm still kind of disappointed that Nair Replicant didn't get a next-gen patch because I think that game would really shine at 4K, 60 frames a second. It would be freaking amazing. Oh, man, the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Yes, I have that to play again too because of the new update. Yeah, dude, I downloaded the Indiana Jones game on Mighty Justin. Oh my gosh, that game's in 4K now, man. It looks so freaking good. I was like, wow. I was looking at that and I was like, gosh dang, man, these Xbox games look pretty good. I've got Splinter Cells on the regular Xbox games. I think I got a couple more. Not exactly sure. I got some 360 games. I'm still waiting for a 4K update on my Castlevania games for sure. Remake is BS. I mean, you have the game that it's a full remake but separated between two generations of consoles. Yeah, that is pretty stupid, man. I can't believe that they wouldn't put that out on the PlayStation 4. Like, obviously the system can handle it. It's nothing new from what is already there. It might also go for 3 generations. Yeah, by the time they actually get it out. I didn't really mess around with too many of them side quests and Replicant, man. I kind of just went through that main story. I think I'm just biased towards the game, and I like the music. Oh, I get it. Music is good, man. Never played it on PS4 because I knew they'd do something like this, like they did with Final Fantasy. Oh yeah, I think it's pretty dumb, man. To like when PlayStation leaves generations, they leave generations most of the time. Oh yeah, dude, that's so bad that they didn't let you freaking upgrade that. That's terrible. They put in Borderlands 3 into PS Now, and they wouldn't even let you play the PS5 version. Like, why would anybody buy PS Now? That's just stupid. Yeah, Judgment is available, and the Xbox Series X version of Judgment is available on Xbox. It is 1440p, and it looks pretty freaking good, man. I'm really enjoying that game. 60 frames a second, solid gameplay. I haven't done a review on it yet because I haven't beat it. But I'm going to be getting back around to that. It is pretty good, dude. I like it. It reminds me a lot of Shenmue when I play those games. And like I really like them, but I've got to be in a mood to play those too. Like I have to be able to just like sit down and unwind, and because I'm so ADD, man. I jump from game to game so much that it drives me nuts sometimes. I've got what I call video game anxiety. The whole thing, it's my release on PS6. Yeah, that's true. I wouldn't doubt that. SSX3, yeah, I definitely do have that one downloaded as well. Do you have Steep, Justin? Favorite game of all time. I wish they can bring back NBA Street games. Oh yeah, dude, those are so freaking cool. If you don't have Steep or you've never played Steep, download that game on Game Pass right now and start playing it, because that thing's freaking amazing. Giant freaking mountains to snowboard on, ski and everything. Yeah, you need to play that if you don't have it. Oh, yeah, them NBA Street games were pretty fun back in the day. What was that other one? Didn't they make an NBA Street for like PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 3? I don't think they had one on PlayStation 4. Yeah. I was gonna buy that the NBA 2K1, but then 2K21, but then when they wanted like more for it, dude, yeah, it's on Game Pass. Download it right now and play it. It's freaking amazing. You get two mountain ranges with the regular with the standard edition. You get Alaska and the Swiss Alps, and then if you buy the DLC, you get all of like Japan mountains and Korea for the Olympics. Dude, there's so freaking much content in that game. It's not even funny. Yeah, the last NBA Street game they made was for the PS3. Yep, that's what I thought. They should bring those back because those were actually pretty freaking fun, man. I would buy the NBA 2K series, but I don't know, man. I just wait till they give them to me free. The only ones I buy is Madden, and every 3 to 4 years I buy a new MLB The Show, just because I like to play them, and they don't really change that much throughout. And for what I buy them for, they don't really change them that much to where I need to buy one every year. I just don't care about keeping up with rosters. So every time really good new features come to them, that's usually when I buy them, like every 3 years. So this was the year that I had to buy one, so I bought it on Xbox for the first time. Freaking fun. I love just going to the batting cage and stuff, man. Playing the home run derby. That's like my favorite part of that game. Every now and then I'll play like a game, but I just like batting practice, and it's actually pretty good this year too, man. That directional batting and everything is so freaking good. And Steep. So in September, Ubisoft is putting out Riders Republic, and that has snowboarding and mountain bikes in it. And if you need to download Descenders too and play that, it looks amazing now on Xbox Series X. It just got updated on the 8th of June. Yeah, was it the 8th? Oh yeah, dude, we're already almost halfway through this month. 6/19 already. July is gonna be the good month. Actually, no, November can't come fast enough. I really want November to come so I can play that Forza Horizon. Oh. Oh man. So, all right, guys. Well, also Halo. Yeah, exactly. I forget about Halo. I think Halo's gonna launch in like September, though, dude. I don't see them putting Halo out in November or December. I think they might actually throw that out in September or October if it's ready, to be completely honest. I mean, Xbox fans have been waiting for a long time, well over a year now, because when they first announced it, they still had until November to put it out. So we've already been waiting over a year for all these for it to be fixed. So it might be pretty close to being ready. So they just said holiday. So maybe next gen, but it's really bad. So I took it back to GameStop. They gave me all my money back. So GameStop might have changed their. I think they are doing that within like a couple of days or something. They're giving you your money back. I think it will be in November because they want to align it with the 20th anniversary. I don't know, man. They got Forza Horizon coming out that month. I don't know, man. That would be a pretty stacked freaking month for like it would can I don't they might cannibalize it. I think Halo needs to come out as soon as possible, to tell you the truth. I don't think they need to hold that for a holiday game. They need to do a fan service and put that out as soon as possible. Like, people want to play Halo now, not in November. I mean, I want to play it now. I want them to put it out as soon as possible. I think September, October should be when they put that game out. I mean, if you look at that launch lineup, there's like 1 month that they don't have anything. And they just keep saying holiday. So holiday basically, starts from Labor Day on, right? September on, man. They need to just go ahead and put that out as soon as possible. I think you're onto something with the anniversary, but that game was supposed to come out last year, so they should get it out soon, honestly, guys. Ooh. It will be fun. Halo, 15th of November 2001. Never played Halo games. I'm pretty hyped for it because it's got an open world, basically. So I like open world games. Yeah, you might be right. I'm not going to bet. I always lose, so I'm not going to bet you because I always lose, and I want it to come out earlier. So that's just me wanting to have my cake and eat it too, man. I played the first and the second. I started liking Halo around Reach. That's where I got into them. Was Halo Reach. After that, I was pissed off with Xbox exclusivity. You know what game they need to make is Brute Force. They need to bring that back. They need to bring that co-op freaking shooter back. That Brute Force was pretty cool. So I played the others after a while. I mean, I've been going back and playing them on the Master Chief Collection, but looking at all the upgrades and everything, playing Halo at 120 frames a second is actually pretty fun. But now that I've got my YouTube studio set up in here, I don't really take my consoles in the front room that often anymore. So I've been telling my wife I just need to upgrade my TV in here. So, still trying to decide what I'm going to get and if I'm going to get. That was their best move ever with Halo. Yeah. Jet Set Radio Future. Yes, that would be amazing if they brought that back, dude. That would be so good. That was actually pretty fun, man. I remember playing that on the Sega Dreamcast. Actually, was that on the Dreamcast? No, I'm thinking of a different game, ain't I? What was the one that came out on Dreamcast, guys? Jet Set Radio Future. Jet Set Radio Future Dreamcast.
According to Wikipedia, Jet Set Radio is a 2000 action
game
developed by Smilebit and published by Sega for the Dreamcast.
Yeah, I remember playing. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I remember playing that Jet Set Grind. It was Jet Set Grind. Sonic is coming out in September. You're just gonna have to wait a few more months for that, but it is coming. I really wish they would do like a new version of Sonic with the power of the new consoles, man. That would be so freaking great. I don't know if that new one they're bringing out is actually. I'm gonna have to watch the trailers on it again because I don't know if it's actually like 4K 60 or whatever. But I remember those games always being really fast and really fun and really good. The original ones, yep. Those were pretty good. Oh, you didn't like the 3D ones? I liked that one that came out with the freaking Sega Dreamcast. That was pretty cool, man. I don't remember the name of it. Sonic, the Sonic 3D. That game was so freaking cool. It was so clean. I like that Dreamcast, man. Like Blue Stinger, Carrier, Gatsu's Rage, Sword of Berserk, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. There was a lot of good games that I played on that. Shenmue has really got me hooked. That was so cool. That was like one of the first games I bought. That and Sonic. Yeah, I did play that Def Jam 5. I didn't really like it. I mean, me and my brother used to play that when it first came out. We were playing that on PlayStation 2. Dumb shot for New York. Oh, dang. All right, guys, I am freaking tired. I'm gonna go ahead and stop this stream, man. I appreciate y'all for coming. It was a pretty good talk. I really liked it. It was pretty fun. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna do another one tomorrow, another stream tomorrow, just because it's a lot easier. I mean, depending on what's going on, might just actually play a lot of video games tomorrow too, though. So, it was nice hanging out with you guys again tonight. Thanks for coming to support me. I really appreciate it. I really do. It means a lot to me. So, my wife doesn't like to talk to me about video games, so I'm sorry. I have to rely on you guys. She always tells me, I don't care about just stupid video games. And I'm like, well, they're fun. All right, man. I appreciate you guys coming, dude. Thanks.